Let's talk a little WWE before we get into some questions, Jeff. Netflix finally announced that WWE UNREAL will be released this month on July 29th. As you talked about a couple weeks ago with Conrad, there's a lot of unanswered questions about the direction of the show. Well, you're not alone. Rhea Ripley gave her thoughts on Netflix's WWE UNREAL series. She said, quote, "I feel like WWE, they're always trying new things in bits and pieces to make it different and make it grow. And this is just one of those next steps. Do I think that everything should be shown? No. I haven't seen it yet, so I'm very intrigued to see what's on there. And it was really strange while having the camera crew around us. Well, because you're so used to all of us being so top secret and hidden, and you didn't know how to really react to things sometimes. It's like some of the questions." That is from an interview with @Unsports ESPN. Jeff, is WWE giving us fans too much access?
I'm going to use a quote here, Cassio. I don't know if you've ever heard this, but Dutch Mantel and myself used to joke and everything, but I don't know where this quote was coined, but I heard it from Dutch first. But you know, Cassio, you know how I like my reality television, because this show is reality TV, quote unquote.
Sure.
But I like my reality television well scripted.
Yes.
So,
and a lot of them are.
Oh, a lot or all of them?
I would say most, yes.
I would say all. So look, at the end of the day, it's no look. It was said, Jesus, now 3 generations ago. It's sports entertainment. So, hey, folks, that the cat's out of the bag there. And so I'm not sure what we're going to see and what format and all that kind of stuff, but there will be people that watch this that it will be 100% scripted that go, yeah, that's it. That's real. And then there's going to be some stuff, flip this around, that is absolutely 1,000% authentic, captured content that we'll kind of call quote unquote real, that people are going to go, oh, good God, you're going to insult our intelligence? You really think we believe that? That kind of is the nature and the magic of our industry, in that no matter what they show, I think at the end of the day, it's going to be real and well scripted. And I say that out of total respect. I think at the end of the day, because I've been asked quite a bit about this, I think insulting is the word I keep coming back to. Are we insulting the fans in the presentation of how it's done? Like, hey guys, you dumbasses, this is scripted. Or is it done out of respect? My gut tells me it's going to lean into its shoulder programming. So if it doesn't support the WWE brand 100% across the board, they're spitting in the wind. But I just don't think they're going to do that. We'll see. But I think it's going to be excellent support programming. Me and not wrestler Kevin Sullivan, but we'll call it production guru Kevin Sullivan. We've had these conversations going back to 07, 08, 09. We did a couple of different things long before Reaction was thought of and all that kind of stuff. That just like the next evolution is the format and peeling the curtain back and presenting it in a real compelling, biting way that has a little bit of doc style, a little bit of reality show, a little bit of authenticity, and then it's got to have pro wrestling. But look, it's getting a lot of news. It's got talent talking. It's got the trades talking. It's got fans talking. We'll see.
Also coming from an interview with Scott Fishman, CM Punk says he would not want to take an office role while actively wrestling. Quote, "I'm still kind of pumping the brakes on any kind of office title. I don't want to be office Punk while I'm active main roster wrestler Punk. Those things do not mix. You cannot try to tell somebody else what to do while you are essentially booked in a certain position on the show, in my opinion. I'm stoked being a wrestler, and until I hang up my boots, I'm going to be stoked being a wrestler." Jeff, if there's anybody an expert on this situation, it is you. You've been in it many times. How difficult is that juggling act between talent and office?
It's incredibly difficult, and hats off to him. And I applaud the fact there's a lot of guys that have that mindset, and there's a lot of validity to that. I was in a position my entire life. It wasn't like I got to, hey guys, I want to walk in the dressing room. Please forget my father's the booker and the promoter and the one who signs your checks and okay, that was my reality. There was nothing I could really do about it. And when you run a professional wrestling industry, at the end of the day, if you're really aligned with black ink over red ink, sometimes you got to wear two hats. In my case, multiple times at TNA, many hats. But I get it. It goes without saying it can create a conflict of interest. That's a given. That is a given. At the end of the day, you've got to do your best. You've got to really have your mind set the right way. But it's a challenge, and I can see where he's coming from, or any talent that would have that feeling. And also, when certain talent have the luxury to say, "Hey, I'm going to do Office when I'm done wrestling," and so that, I don't call it a luxury, but maybe a benefit or reality that, hey, when they're ready to transition, that's no different than, I mean, gosh, you can go down the Hollywood world, oh God, Ron Howard, Little Opie, and then Happy Days, and then different movies. And then he segued into directing and producing, and then executive producing. It's kind of a natural transition. Same in sports. You kind of look, Larry Bird, I mean, he went into coaching and then front office. There's so many people in sports that go from, playing to coaching to front office. It's just kind of a natural transition. Wrestling is no different in that aspect.
Do you think, quick follow up, do you think once you become that executive, or you got that office hat on in general, do you think anybody, does the locker room, is it a respect issue, or is it just they have to look at you, now you're one of the suits, we can't be as open as we were before? Or do you think it's a, hey, really, we know you're in the locker room with us? Do they look at you as a buddy, more of a, like, how does that view change, do you think?
See, this is where, and I've had, obviously, this discussion since before I got into business. Yeah, I never had that, and I will call it a luxury to be, quote unquote, just talent or just
Right.
voice. I never had that, and that was a part of it. But then, even when I went to WWF first time, my dad was, quote unquote, in the office, and then he moved out, and then he was a consultant at WCW. But I'm a second generation guy or a third generation guy. But it is a part of the evolution. Good question, Cassie. I think it's a part of the evolution of the business that now, as the business has gotten, we'll call it, let me think, topical, Jelly Roll and Logan Paul, and you have different folks in and out of the business, and it's not, I'll call it that grind, so to speak, that there is much more of a clear, 80s, 90s, early 2000s. It was just kind of a clear line between talent and office. It was church and state. It was, I mean, it was just, I don't want to call it a division, but yeah, it was more or less, it was. And so I was caught at times in awkward moments. I think as the years have gone on and you look at, I'll call it the McMahons family, they got into not only owning the company, but being talent. And then they ran creative or live events. And it's kind of the give and take and ebb and flow of the business. But, at the end of the day, trying to circle back to your kind of statement question, in the locker room, it's a unique dynamic across the board now. There's multiple generations. It is, I think, and I'm not going to harp on this, but kind of pulling out we'll call it the live events. Every event is essentially a TV, and TV days have different personalities than house show days, than appearance days, and being on tour and the cadence of a bus and traveling together and really together 24/7, 365 for whether it's 3 days, 5 days, 7 days, 10 days, 14 days. That's a different dynamic. Just the business is not, and I'm not saying it should be, it's not like it used to be. So that office talent line continues to evolve, and the lines are much more blurred than they used to be.
Don't we all love summer vacation, relaxing, laying out by the pool, barbecues, hitting the beach, doing, well, nothing? Well, how about a summer vacation from your house payments? With SaveWithConrad.com, you can do just that. Reduce your monthly payments by making the equity you built up in your home work for you. You can roll together those high interest rate credit cards into one lower monthly payment, and perhaps access some of that newfound equity to turn your house into your dream home with no money out of pocket. And how about this? You get to skip your next 2 house payments. That's right. You won't have to make your June or your July house payment. You're done until August 1st. Go right now to SaveWithConrad.com. Let my team run the numbers for you for free. There's no obligation, and if we can't help you save some cash, we won't waste your time. And did I mention we're offering a 3-year guarantee right now? That's right. That means if at any point interest rates improve over the next 3 years, you get a free refi. That's right. No new lender fees from us. So you get to save money now without wasting money later when the rates improve on a whole second set of closing costs. Why not go to SaveWithConrad.com and get a guarantee? Save money now and save money later with your friend in the mortgage business. That's me, Conrad Thompson at SaveWithConrad.com. Shoot me an email at Conrad@SaveWithConrad.com. Give us a call at 888-425-0105. Or get yourself a quick quote. Even talk to a live person right now at SaveWithConrad.com. NMLS number 2129, equal housing lender. Let's take a summer vacation from house payments at SaveWithConrad.com.